I knew a girl named Nicki, I guess you could say she's anti-vaccine. She says everyone should be careful and SJWs cause the scene. She says everyone should know their own mind and we should all resist being bullied by the dumb and blind. Oh, Nicki! I'm so sick, but don't nobody do it like me. This is the gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. And guys, the story that's been going on about Nicki Minaj speaking out about her cousin's friend's experience with the jab, you would think that if this shit is just so outlandish and is so nonsensical, just like everything else she rhymes about, who cares? You know what I mean? But for some reason, this has captured the attention of the whole country. I swear, America is in deep doo-doo if this is what we prioritize to talk about. We have to go chasing everybody around who has a ridiculous, seemingly outlandish story to tell about the jab. Now, as far as I know, nobody has actually disproved what she's saying, okay? They're calling it nonsense. They're calling it foolishness, but no one's actually calling it debunked, okay? Has anyone gotten in touch with her cousin's friend? This shit was even trending on Twitter a couple of days ago. My cousin's friend got vaccinated or something like that. Once again, the dumbasses on late night TV, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, they all had a field day with this shit. It is creepy. It is creepy as hell. They need for people to all be on the same page. That thought control is a mother, man. This MK Ultra shit, I'm telling you, y'all, this is crazy. Trauma-based mind control on the whole world is basically what we're dealing with right here. Okay, so in the latest chapter, guys, Nicki Minaj has been contacted by the White House. Okay, the White House, guys. Okay, because they want to set her straight. I just saw it on the news a few minutes ago. They want to set her straight. Okay, once again, guys, when you think about the shit that rappers have been talking about over the years, okay, all of the violence, all of this sexism, all of the criminology, you know, all that stuff, you know, the worst side of life. My cat is over there sneezing. But anyway, when you think about all that, nobody has said they've gone too far. Don't you think that's funny? Don't you think that's weird how we can keep pumping this garbage into the hood, into the minds of these young, impressionable children? They listen to this stuff day in and day out, and nobody has a problem with that. All they do is slap a little sticker on there. Parental guidance is advised, even though you know parents ain't even on their jobs and shit. They don't give a fuck about the kids anyway. You know what I mean? But that's the extent of what you're going to get. You know, but as far as no, that's enough out of you. We want to see you at the White House. We want to set you straight because of some story you told about your cousin's friend. Now, granted, Nicki Minaj, like I said on the last video, has got over 22 million followers on Twitter. And like I said in that last video, that is 5 times the amount of people who have died in the entire world of COVID, okay? Just to keep it all in perspective. But okay, I think that, like I said, her wide audience, I think they take Nicki Minaj. I mean, after all, she makes these goofy, crazy, like ridiculous faces. You know, she wears these outlandish wigs. You know, she's got cartoonish proportions that, you know, people paid a ton to put on her, fake boobs. I think, okay, allegedly. You know, maybe she's homegrown, but I saw those before pictures, so I don't think so, okay? So they invested a whole lot of money in the image that she puts forth. All right, in the lyrics that she puts forth. And all of these rappers, by the way, are bought and paid for. All of them. You can't trust any of them. All right, but they unleash this into the minds of our impressionable children. And then you turn around and wonder, why is all the violence going on in the streets? Why don't they love each other? Well, this is government sponsored, okay, because they're allowed to do that. And when they step out of line, this is what you see happen. They call you back and they say, come up here, boy. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a girl. Come up here, boy. We want to have a word with you. All right. So look at this story here. It's on CNN.com, right? And it says the White House offers Nicki Minaj a call with a doctor to answer some vaccine questions. Okay. And it says here, the White House offered to connect rapper Nicki Minaj with one of the Biden administration's doctors to answer questions about the safety and efficacy of COVID-19 vaccines, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said on Thursday. So Nicki Minaj gets a call to answer her questions about the vaccine. What about the rest of us? We don't get that call, I guess. Those of us who are out here, the so-called vaccine hesitant, but the funny thing about it is because they're taking this so seriously because they feel like she's got all of this influence, as if so-called vaccine hesitancy was not a thing before Nicki Minaj said what she said. You know what I'm saying? I think most of us by now, after almost a year of these vaccines, it's been not quite a year, by the way, but I think most of us by now know where we stand, and we know the reasons why we will take it or won't take it or don't agree with the vaccine passports and all that stuff. We all have pretty strong feelings about this. But like I said before, they need their bought and paid for Hollywood types to be on board. You dare not break your programming. That's the scary part about all of this. You know what I mean? Like by the time she gets back out of this, whatever this is that they have her going through, she'll be doing PSAs in favor of the vaccine. You mark my words. I've seen scarier shit happen, okay? But anyway, it says here, the offer came after Minaj had posted false information. You like how they just state that like it's a matter of fact? The offer came after Minaj had posted false information about the vaccines on Twitter. And as the White House looks to get more aggressive about combating, check out the verbiage, guys. Check it out. The White House looks to get more aggressive about combating widespread misinformation about the vaccines. They want to get aggressive and combative. Okay, the rapper claimed on Wednesday that she had been, that sounds like some Empire, Darth Vader, the Emperor type shit. You know what I mean? We will crush their pitiful rebellion. Welcome to the rebellion. Shout out to Drunk 3PO. Free Drunk 3PO. Drunk 3PO, come back to Twitter. It's not the same without you, my brother. Much love. The rapper claimed on Wednesday that she had been invited to the White House and she was going, but Pataki appeared to refute that type of invitation at a White House press briefing on Thursday. We're not even at the point of discussing. I should say at this point, the mechanisms or format or anything along those lines. It was simply an offer to have a conversation. Pataki told reporters. She said it was a very early stage call at a staff level and that the White House regularly engages with people who have large platforms because they tend to be bought and paid for. You just can't be saying shit. You can't actually speak your mind. So please don't believe that Nicki Minaj is going to continue to speak her mind. As she's paid those millions for a reason, okay? That's to stay in line, put on the wig, slap on the butt, and shake your little ass all over the stage and in the videos, all right? That's what she's paid to do. She's not paid to speak her own mind, okay? Even the president is not allowed to speak their own mind. You saw Trump last year get banned off of Twitter. Minaj on Monday told her 22.7 million followers on Twitter that she was not attending the Met Gala in New York City because of the COVID-19 vaccine requirement, and said if she gets vaccinated, it will only be once I feel I've done enough research. Okay, so I never saw anything wrong with that. Of course, she went on to talk about how she wants her followers to wear the mask, to socially distance, to be careful. I saw absolutely nothing wrong with what she said. And I'm not even the biggest Nicki Minaj fan, but just judging by the statements that she made, they sounded perfectly logical and reasonable to me. But of course, because she's not exactly on that same wavelength of thought, they can't have her out of step, not even a little bit. So she said that her cousin's friend, his testicles became swollen. And of course, like I said before, that invited everybody to try to debunk what she was saying, or not even debunk, because they really didn't do that. But then they trotted out Anthony Fauci, of course, and he said something about this too. Now, Anthony Fauci said to Jake Tapper, "There's a lot of misinformation, mostly on social media. And the only way we know to counter mis and disinformation is to provide a lot of correct information and to essentially debunk these kind of claims, which, may be innocent on her part. I'm not, blaming her for anything, but she should be thinking twice about propagating information that really has no basis except as a one-off anecdote. And that's not what science is about. There he goes, Fauci, you do not have the monopoly on science. Well, soon you will, because you are censoring just about every accredited doctor on YouTube or every other social platform by threatening their license. So you want to shut everybody up, even all of the doctors who are out here regularly practicing, who know certain treatments work, but you want to shut them up. You want to threaten them with their license. And then people wonder, why aren't more doctors speaking up? Well, you're letting these barbarians intimidate these doctors and threaten these doctors in much the same way that they're intimidating and threatening most of you, where you won't even consider the side effects of this drug. All right? I don't get it. But despite an abundance of supply of COVID-19 vaccines, the Biden administration is struggling to get the rest of the U.S. population vaccinated, in part of rampant misinformation. But once again, you're not disproving anything. Why can't people say that? See that? They're not disproving anything. They're just saying that it's false, but they're not showing you studies about why it's false, especially the treatments that they're denying people. All right, so anyway, it just goes on and talks about some other things I'm not going to get into. But guys, this is really, really getting creepy. And I tell you guys, even if I did get the jab, none of this would be cool. The vaccine passports, the silencing people, the trying to discredit people and mockery of people. It's wrong. People need to wake up and understand that they got you by the balls because you're fucking chicken shit. That's the reason why. Bunch of pussy ass men, especially the men who's out here. You won't even entertain questions or even your own thoughts and doubts and speculation and skepticism. You won't even do that. It's like you don't have a brain at all. And of course, that's what they want. So it's not wrong to just think about these things. You don't have to say or make declarations about what is this or what is that. Nicki Minaj could be talking shit. Who knows? But a lot of people are. That's what, like I said before, of all the things that hip hoppers talk about that have contributed to the violence in the communities and things like that, you never heard anything because, of course, they have freedom of speech, freedom of expression. It's entertainment. Okay, that's the way it's supposed to be taken. No one is looking to Nicki Minaj to be a scientist, or some type of a professional when it comes to vaccines. No one is doing that. None of her 22 million followers are doing that. What's wrong with hearing somebody out, even if it's wrong? Okay? Are we just saying that we just don't have good sense enough to see that after all this time, after all we see on TV? I'm telling you guys, total control is what's coming up. When you look at TV, when you were a child, our parents used to tell us, that's not real. That's not real. That's fake. Those are actors. These days, we don't even get that consideration. But there it is, guys, the White House contacting Nicki Minaj to set her straight. That's the story that I heard. They want to set her straight. Now, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with Miss Minaj over the next few weeks to a month or something like that. Okay? And it might just turn out to be a very, very scary transformation. Okay? Right back to where they want her to be. So anyway, guys, what do you think about this? Get in the comment section. You can like, you can share, you can subscribe. Catch me on Twitter. That's where it's all going down. All of this crazy shit, man. And if you don't want to be on Twitter, and who can blame you? Because like I said, it's macabre over there. It's kind of sick and twisted. But if not, I'll catch you here, which is perfectly well-rounded. But anyway, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for listening. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on. Come back, Nicki. Come back.